Namaste, Pradeep here from Vinyasa Yogasram, and I have Shanali with me for today's demonstration. In today's video, we shall talk about one of the most practiced posture, which is known as a Virabhadrasana, also known as warrior pose. And definitely, I'm sure that you have watched many videos on YouTube, but today I'm going to bring a very different way of practicing this, which will help you bring more benefits, avoid injury, and help you become more excited to practice this. So let me help you with that. So I'll ask Sonali to stand in the center of the mat. So this is the method which many people may prefer practicing in Iyengar style or in Hatha Yoga. So with inhale, we raise our hands up overhead. We join the palm, and then we can open our legs wide enough. Without jumping or jumping, you can open the legs wide, right. Now from here, we'll make sure we try to keep our feet slightly turned in. So the outer arches of the feet are parallel to each other. Then from there, we'll turn the right foot out, and we'll try to turn a hip in the way that both hips try to come square. So we'll make sure that we are trying to turn the thighs so well that our hips come well square. Now from this position, we'll try to bend the knee over our ankle, and we'll try to bring the thigh parallel to the floor. If the thigh doesn't come parallel to the floor, we'll keep the leg backward. Now what is important here? Most of the people are good here, but most of the people also complain about lower back pain, and sometimes people complain about knee pain in this posture, and sometimes people fail to turn their thigh inward and square their hips. So if somebody has knee issues there where the knee is having a lot of pressure, we can keep the knee slightly less bent so it'll feel more comfortable. If you want to challenge your thighs and gain more strength with this posture, I will suggest you spread your legs even wider and then bend your knee well enough so thigh is parallel to the floor. To avoid lower back compression, we'll focus on pulling our chest forward as if you are exposing your heart, because this posture is also known as heart opening posture. So you will try to expose your heart as much as you can, and from here you'll reach hands as high as you can. Then you lift your chin up while you push your chin forward and try to look between your palm or look at your thumb. And we will constantly press on the back of the heel. Now you can release and change the side, and we can repeat the same process on the other side. So this one is a regular practice in Hatha Yoga and Iyengar, but if you are an Ashtanga practitioner or a Vinyasa practitioner, you may practice the same pose in a different style, and that pose comes generally in Sun Salutation B, or maybe part of Vinyasa. You can bring this posture. So for that, I will request Sonali to be in downward facing dog. So in Ashtanga, we generally commit like this. So before you even bring your leg forward, I will suggest you shift your body weight on your hands really well and try to lift this as high as you can. Now right knee to the chest and place your right foot close to your right thumb. Then turn your heel in on the floor, press on the left heel. So many people make this mistake. They lift their chin first up and then lift their chest all the way. And when they go all the way up, it causes their lower back to have some sort of stress and compression. And then they try to pull the navel in to avoid that, but it doesn't really work sometimes. But let's get into this position in a different way. So bring your hands down. So do not lift your head first. Keep your head still down. Lift your navel first, as if a cat position. That keeps your abdominal muscles engaged. That also shifts the body weight onto the back of the leg well. So press on the back heel. Do that hunch into the back and lift from the navel. Lift, 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 lift from your ribs. Lift your heart now. Hands sideways. Pull your chest forward. Raise your hands higher. Join the palms. Now from there, you'll reach your hands higher. Pull the hands back. At the same time, pull your shoulders forward. And this position makes sure that you have the nice back bend, the weight is well distributed, lower back doesn't hurt, and your thigh is also being challenged. To come back and to quit this position, we'll bring the hands down, again rounding the back, and take the hands all the way down to the floor, and we'll step the right leg back, and generally we finish with Chaturanga Dandasana and move into up dog and then down dog, and we'll repeat the same position. So quickly, let's look at that again. So shift the body weight, really high chest, left foot close to left hand. Press on the right heel, turn the thigh out, squeeze the glutes, hunch the back, navel in first, then the chest, hands sideways, raise your hands, pull the hands high, chest forward and chin up. In this posture, we gaze at the thumb. If somebody has neck compression issues, he can look straight forward and keep the face relaxed. So let me quickly recap all those things. So knees is supposed to be over the ankle. If you want to challenge more, thighs parallel to the floor. If you want to challenge less, you need to slightly lessen the knee bend so your thigh don't have too much pressure. To avoid lower back compression, you will don't push back. Most of the people make this mistake. They pull them backward. We don't want to do that. We want to pull the chest forward and then raise our hands up. That should make sure that your upper back feels that bend. That's why it is known as heart opening posture as well, and definitely leg strengthening. So please, Shonali, come back to your back position. You can come back, stand in Samasthiti. doing all those sequence or just like that. So the method I have introduced, it may have been seen simple, but when you practice it, give it a try, you'll see a very different experience with the posture. Thank you. Namaste.